I haven't given myself time to recover or time to heal. I had a intense year.
Imagine a world where your favorite celebrity is caught up in a legal battle that not only threatens their public image, but also raises questions about their integrity. That's exactly what's happening with Ryan Reynolds, the actor known for his charisma and roles in Deadpool and The Proposal. But this time, Reynolds isn't the hero. We're diving into a story where he might just be the villain. Ryan Reynolds, who has built a career on his humor and easygoing nature, is now facing serious allegations. The issue? A defamation lawsuit that's exposing a complex web of lies, personal grievances, and Hollywood power struggles. This isn't just a case of a celebrity having a bad day or a minor public relations disaster. No. This goes much deeper, and it all started with an event no one expected. The premiere of the film Ends With Us, a movie that was supposed to shine a light on talented actors, but has instead brought dark shadows of scandal and controversy. The lawsuit centers on Ryan Reynolds, his wife Blake Lively, and actor Justin Baldoni.
Amid the ongoing legal battle between Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively, an interview recorded prior to the lawsuits has been released where Baldoni alludes to having a difficult year.
And it reveals a behind-the-scenes battle that could shake the foundations of Hollywood. But what exactly happened? Why is Ryan being accused of defamation? And how did Blake Lively get involved in all of this? Stick around, because as we dig deeper, you might start to wonder if this is just a professional rivalry or something more personal. The legal battle began when Justin Baldoni filed a defamation lawsuit against Ryan Reynolds and others involved in the production of Ends With Us. Baldoni claims that Reynolds made defamatory statements about him, calling him a sexual predator in private conversations with his agent, publicists, and other Hollywood insiders. These claims were allegedly shared with key figures involved in the film, including talent agencies and production teams, and at one point, Reynolds even tried to have Baldoni removed from attending the film's premiere. But why would Reynolds make such drastic moves against Baldoni? The story goes beyond simple jealousy or personal differences.
Did Ryan Reynolds ditch Blake Lively at the premiere of Another Simple Favor to save his own career?
According to legal filings, Reynolds' actions were allegedly tied to his concerns about his wife's safety and image. Blake Lively, an actress herself, was reportedly in close contact with Baldoni during the filming of Ends With Us. Some claim that their professional relationship on set went beyond simple cooperation, with Lively and Baldoni forming a bond that allegedly made Reynolds feel threatened. So when Baldoni's role in the film became more prominent, Reynolds reportedly took matters into his own hands, even making statements about Baldoni's alleged behavior that could ruin his career. The public nature of these allegations made the situation even more explosive. The case isn't just about private grievances between actors. It's a full-on legal and media battle that involves major industry players and raises uncomfortable questions about the power celebrities hold over one another's reputations. Now let's talk about Blake Lively. As the wife of Ryan Reynolds, her involvement in this saga is far from passive. Blake has always been in the public eye, and her relationship with Reynolds has been a topic of constant media scrutiny. But now, she finds herself at the center of this legal storm, with questions about her role in the situation and her relationship with Justin Baldoni.
Colonel Kurtz, who trolled Blake at the premiere. Speaking of the premiere, we're going to talk about this red carpet. Why wasn't Ryan Reynolds there?
According to the court filings, Blake and Reynolds were not just concerned with their own marriage, they were concerned about the professional dynamics of the film. It seems that, behind the scenes, Blake and Ryan took steps to marginalize Baldoni's role in the film's promotion. Allegedly, they attempted to have Baldoni removed from the film's premiere, fearing that his presence could tarnish the movie's reputation and distract from Blake's role. But is this all about professional competition, or is there something deeper at play? One theory suggests that Blake may have been personally closer to Baldoni than her husband was comfortable with. Blake and Justin shared significant screen time together on set, and according to some sources, they developed a professional rapport that made Reynolds uneasy. The couple's alleged intervention to push Baldoni out of the public eye raised more questions about their motives. Was this simply a case of protective love, or was it a strategic move to control the narrative and protect their brand? This is where things take a darker turn. If you thought that the initial defamation claims were dramatic, wait until you hear about the alleged smear campaign that Reynolds and Lively may have orchestrated against Baldoni.
They're done, and it's no wonder everyone avoided them like the plague.
TMZ just dropped a bomb on Blake Lively.
According to Wayfair Studios, the production company behind Ends With Us, the couple wasn't just trying to remove Baldoni from the premiere. They were allegedly involved in a well-planned effort to ruin his reputation. That Reynolds and his PR teams took their personal grievances with Baldoni to a public level. They allegedly spread false information, labeling Baldoni as a sexual predator, and made these claims to several influential figures in Hollywood, including agents, publicists, and even key reporters at major news outlets. This wasn't just gossip among friends. It was a full-blown smear campaign designed to destroy Baldoni's public image and career. The allegations go even further, suggesting that Reynolds and his team used their influence to manipulate the media. They allegedly provided false stories to the media and claimed that his involvement in the film was part of a larger problem with sexual misconduct. The narrative they reportedly crafted painted Baldoni as a dangerous individual, someone who posed a threat not just to Blake, but to the entire production. The ultimate goal, as the legal documents suggest, was to discredit Baldoni so thoroughly that it would be impossible for him to maintain his career in Hollywood.
There's always friction that happens when you make a movie like this.
This ends with me. I'm done. I'm tired.
This level of manipulation is what's truly shocking about the case. It wasn't just about private words exchanged behind closed doors. This was an intentional campaign to tarnish Baldoni's reputation in the eyes of the public and Hollywood insiders. Reynolds and Lively, backed by their PR teams, allegedly tried to create a false story that would sway public opinion and force Baldoni to be removed from future projects. In a world where celebrities have near unlimited influence over the media, the power to destroy someone's career with a few well-placed lies is an alarming reality. But what could have been the motive behind such an extreme measure? On the surface, it might seem like a jealous husband's overreaction to an actor's professional relationship with his wife. However, the situation goes deeper. As the legal team representing Wayfair points out, this wasn't just about defending Blake Lively's honor, it was a strategic move to take control of the situation and protect their own careers.
Less than 12 hours after Justin filed, Blake's legal team doubled down, calling the bombshell $400 million lawsuit another chapter in the abuser playbook.
Hollywood is a competitive industry, and for someone like Ryan Reynolds, who has a production company, a marketing firm, and a global brand to protect, career decisions can be fraught with intense power struggles. If we look closer, it becomes clear that the issue might not be as simple as a personal dispute between Reynolds and Baldoni. It could be about much more. Ryan Reynolds, though often known for his comedy and wit, is a businessman at heart. His company, Maximum Effort, plays a significant role in his projects, including promotional work for films. In this case, Reynolds wasn't just an actor in Ends With Us, he was part of the production process in a marketing capacity. The timing of his involvement, particularly around the premiere, suggests that he had a vested interest in ensuring the movie's success in the public eye. Baldoni, on the other hand, was a rising star with the potential to overshadow Reynolds' own brand. The success of Ends With Us could have meant more screen time for Baldoni, and potentially, a shift in the film's marketing narrative. If Baldoni's role grew in importance, it could have threatened not just the promotion of the film.
It's my favourite story, I think, in showbiz this year. The Justin Baldoni war with Blake Lively, which seems to me, initially I felt quite sorry for Blake Lively.
But also Reynolds' position reveal that Reynolds' actions might not have been just about jealousy. They could have been driven by a deeper fear of losing control in a highly competitive and lucrative industry. Hollywood is all about influence, and Reynolds may have seen Baldoni as a potential rival, someone who could take away opportunities that would otherwise be his. In that context, The alleged smear campaign against Baldoni could have been a preemptive strike to maintain Reynolds' position as a leading figure in Hollywood's tightly knit circle. Now let's examine Ryan Reynolds' defense, as it provides an interesting look at his legal strategy. Unsurprisingly, Reynolds has vehemently denied the claims against him. His legal team has filed a motion to dismiss the defamation lawsuit, arguing that Reynolds' statements were not defamatory and were merely intended to protect his wife and the film. Reynolds' defense hinges on the notion that he was acting as a protective spouse, trying to shield Blake Lively from what he believed was a potentially dangerous situation. According to his team, Reynolds wasn't trying to harm Baldoni's reputation. He was merely acting in what he thought was the best interest of his wife and the movie. However, the Wayfair legal team isn't convinced by this argument.
Then I've been reading all the messages between them all, and which he's been putting out, obviously, and it just seems like a pair of absolute weapons-grade narcissists.
They point to the severity of Reynolds' statements and how they went beyond protective actions, suggesting that he was motivated by deeper personal and professional motivations. What's more interesting is that Reynolds' defense seems to be unraveling as new evidence comes to light. Some of the court documents suggest that Reynolds may have known exactly what he was doing when he made these statements about Baldoni. Instead of being just a concerned husband, it appears that Reynolds might have been personally invested in ensuring Baldoni's downfall. His actions, according to Wayfair's legal team, show a clear intent to damage Baldoni's career, even if it meant fabricating a damaging story.